They say that time is a straight line, but in the world of love, hate, and fate, it's a circle that we can never escape. Every choice has a cost, every hero has a shadow, and every story has a soul. Welcome to Love, Hate, and Fate.
The Blood-Bound Eclipse. Chapter 6. The sky bridge shattered behind them, the crystalline fragments dissolving into the abyss as the great gate groaned shut. The transition wasn't just a change in scenery, it was a shift in the very laws of physics. The Canopy of Whispers.
Area alert. The floating forests, Tier 2. Status effect, low gravity. Jump height increased by 300%. Danger level, high. Recommended levels, 15 to 25.
Kaelen and Lyra didn't land on solid ground. They tumbled onto a massive moss-covered route the size of a highway. Above them, colossal trees with violet bark and glowing amber leaves floated in mid-air, anchored to the world only by tangled webs of bioluminescent vines. Below, there was nothing but a sea of clouds that pulsed with distant lightning.
We're too exposed here.
Lyra's voice echoed in Kaelen's mind, her echo speech sharp with urgency. She was already crouched, her hand on the moss, sensing the vibrations of the forest. The hunters will be through that gate within the hour, Kaelen replied telepathically. He looked at his hands. They were still shaking from the gatekeeper fight. We need to move vertically. The higher we go, the harder it is for a standard squad to track us. They leapt. With the low gravity buff, a single bound sent them soaring 30 feet into the air. The golden chain between them pulsed, harmonizing their movements. As they landed on a floating island of fern-like trees, the system chimed.
Sync rate, 8.5% reached. New skill unlocked, Kinetic Transfer. Description, one partner can gift their momentum to the other, used to launch Lyra like a projectile.
Kaelen, look.
Lyra whispered, pointing toward the gate they had just exited. Far below, a shimmering rift opened. A squad of sun-sighted paladins in heavy gold plate emerged, followed immediately by a blur of violet smoke. The Nightwalker Wraiths. For a moment, the two groups leveled their weapons at each other, but a booming voice from a high ranker silenced the conflict.
The abomination must be purged,
the sun-sighted leader roared.
By order of the Emperor and the Shadow Council, the link must be severed. Blood for blood.
The two rival factions, enemies for 1,000 years, turned as one and began to scale the roots.
They're working together,
Kaelen said, a bitter taste in his mouth.
My own mentor is leading them.
Welcome to being a glitch, Commander,
Lyra said, her eyes cold.
Now let's get those 5 levels we need to stand a chance.
The grinding. They pushed deep into the Emerald Tangent, a section of the forest where the trees were so dense they blocked out the sun of the Labyrinth. Here, the monsters weren't knights. They were primal.
Monster detected, Phase Panther, level 18, intent, hunger/stalking.
The panther didn't just move. It blinked in and out of reality, leaving behind after images of purple smoke.
Left!
Lyra screamed in Kaelen's head. Kaelen didn't even turn his head. He trusted her, soul sight. He swung his wooden sword, now reinforced by his level 10 strength, into the empty air. A split second later, the panther phased into the path of his blade.
Critical hit!
The creature hissed, but before it could phase back out, Kaelen activated Kinetic Transfer. He grabbed the golden chain and spun in a violent circle, throwing his entire momentum into Lyra. She became a streak of midnight lightning. Her moon-shard daggers glowed with an unstable violet light as she passed through the panther's neck.
XP gained 1,200. XP gained 1,200.
They didn't stop. For 3 hours, they became a whirlwind of synchronized destruction. They hunted phase panthers, sky serpents, and spore trolls.
Level up, 10 to 13. Level up, 13 to 15.
The evolution of the bond. By the time they reached the heart root, a massive vertical pillar of wood that stretched toward the Tier 3 ceiling, they were covered in green ichor and sweat. But their movements were no longer two people trying to work together. They were one person with 4 arms. Kaelen sat on a floating leaf, breathing hard. He looked at Lyra. She was cleaning her daggers, her face illuminated by the amber glow of the forest.
You're getting faster,
He said aloud.
And you're getting less annoying.
She replied, though there was no bite in it. She looked at the golden chain. It had changed again. It was no longer a heavy metal link. It looked like a braid of pure light, pulsing in time with their shared heartbeat.
Combined health bar, 1,800 over 2,200.
Lyra.
Kaelen started, his voice dropping.
If they catch us, if there's a way to break the link and let you go.
Don't.
She snapped, her eyes meeting his.
Don't play the noble martyr. We saw the vision. We've done this 1,000 times. We've died alone 1,000 times. I think...
She looked away, her voice a whisper.
I think I'm tired of dying without you.
The resonance stat flared.
Resonance level 5 reached. Hidden trait unlocked, the heart's echo. You can now feel the emotional truth of your partner. No more secrets.
In that moment, Kaelen felt it. He felt Lyra's fear, not of the hunters, but of losing him. And she felt his. A deep, burning protective instinct that had moved beyond duty and into something much more dangerous.
Kaelen.
She gasped, her hand flying to her chest as his emotions flooded her mind.
You actually...
I do.
He admitted, his voice steady. The moment was shattered by a golden flare in the distance. A sun-sighted light beacon. They were close.
They're here.
Kaelen said, standing up. He gripped his sword, which began to transform, the wood finally giving way to a blade of solar steel forged by the system's level-up rewards.
Let them come.
Lyra said, her shadow step cooling down.
I want to see the Emperor's face when he realizes his favorite soldier has a soulmate from the void.
Quest update. The Stand at the Heart Root objective. Survive the first wave of the Great Hunt. Hidden objective. Capture a high ranker for interrogation.
To be continued.
Climbing up the heart route, sunsteel on the draw. Void silk partner breaking every single law. They call it the Great Hunt, a bounty on our heads. 2 factions working as one will paint their armor red. We are the Eclipse, yeah, we are the Eclipse. The shadow and the fire once again have kissed. We are the Eclipse, the sun goes dark.
The clock may have stopped for today, but the cycle continues. If you felt the love, shared the hate, or just want to see where fate takes us next, make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. Until the next chapter, thank you for watching. Love, hate, and fate, and being part of the story.